Okay, so now the next part of this lesson is now we are going to write an equation of a line if we are given 2 points. So we determine an equation of the line that passes through two different points, 3, 1 and 6, 5. So let's see graphically how we can find the equation of a line. So our first step, I've written down steps here nicely so that you guys don't get confused on what to do first. So first step is to plot the points on the grid. So let's plot the point on the grid. So 3, 1. 3, 1 would be right here. And then we have 6, 7. 6, 7 would be right here. Okay, so now using these 2 points, draw a straight line. Please make sure that you use a ruler when you're drawing a straight line. And make sure it ends with an arrow. Now using this ruler, you have drawn a line. Now we have to figure out the y-intercept. So if you look at the graph, the y-intercept here is coming out to -5. So we have our value of b from here, which is -5. Okay, now we need slope. So remember slope, how do we find slope? Slope on the graph is rise over run. I'm just going to pick the 2 points which were given to us because those are the points that we are sure that the graph is going to pass through. So let's figure out rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and run is 1, 2, 3. So your slope is going to be 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So from here, we have our equation y equals 2x minus 5. This is from graph. Now we're going to use the same information, same question, no graph, and how we can figure out algebraically. So our first step to figure out algebraically is to use the slope formula to figure out slope because we don't have graph. So I'm going to just rewrite the points here, 3, 1, and there's an error here. This should be a 7. Okay, so 3, 1 and 6, 7. So using slope, remember using our slope formula, what did we have? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this was x1, y1, x2, y2. So figure out slope from here. That would be 7 minus 1 divided by 6 minus 3. Now 7 minus 1 is 6. And 6 minus 3 is 3, so 6 divided by 3 is 2. So if you look on the graph, your m is already similar, m equals 2. So we are good so far. Now we are going to continue the same steps as we did for the top question, where you were given a point and a slope. So our now equation would be y equals 2x plus b. Now obviously we don't have b. So in this case, since the equation is passing through 2 different points, it doesn't matter which point you pick, you will still get the same answer. So I'm going to pick a smaller point because smaller numbers are easier to calculate. So I'm going to use the point 3, 1. And now since we are using 3, 1, here x gets replaced by 3 and y gets replaced by 1. So let's go ahead and do this. Will be 1 equals 2 times 3 plus b. So that makes y equals 2 times 3 is 6 plus b. So that makes b equals 1 minus 6, which is -5. And that's what we had from the graph. So therefore, what will be our equation? Y equals 2x minus 5. And using the graph and the algebra, we get the same equation. And that's the lesson for today, which now you're going to practice over 2 days. It's a very important concept that you will need for grade 10.